Hello, gorgeous folk. Well, today I'm going to share with you a therapy session that was done unto me by Rita from Australia. And it's COGNO therapy. And boy, was it powerful. I'll tell you all about it on the other side. So Rita and I have known each other for a lot of years. I've helped her with therapy. And Rita has been training up as a COGNO therapist. And we've talked about it for years. She's been doing this work. And so I said to her, look, why don't you do a session on me? Why? Because I had something that I knew I needed to work on. Something like a residual from my past that I just needed to sort out. And so I asked her, I thought, well, I've done hypnotherapy. I've done all of those. But this is very different. It's very different. It's very different and it's very similar. I mean, it's very hypnotic. So anyway, Rita kindly agreed. So thank you, Rita, for that. And she agreed to do this session with me. And I've got to say that it was exceedingly powerful. Exceedingly powerful. So much so, I'll give you you're going to watch bits and pieces of it, but I'll tell you the outcome of it. The issue that I had, which you'll hear about, has resolved itself. In as much as I'm calm now, I'm really calm. I'm really chilled about this need that I've had to be naughty and to do naughty things. And it's been with me all of my friggin' life. Rita, with her beautiful COGNO therapy, helped to get rid of that. So I'm truly grateful. So I won't waffle on anymore. I'll let you watch the session and watch Rita doing her brilliant work. And by the way, if you're interested in reaching out to Rita and maybe asking for a session yourself, her details are in the video information. Bye-bye.
So, Gordon, what would you like to work on today? What do you think is an issue that you'd like to have some form of improvement in your life?
Okay. So it's something that I've been aware of that's gone through my life a lot, which is I've always had this feeling that I needed to have something bad in my life. I needed to be naughty. Okay. I needed to be naughty. I needed to be a rebel. And how that manifests itself, how that has manifested itself, is that I've always done something that might be perceived as being a little bit bad. And what I mean, for example, drugs. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Alcohol, excessive amounts of alcohol, excessive amounts of drugs. And it's always like this feeling of, well, I'm living such a good life that I deserve a treat, but it's got to be a bad one. Okay. So,
Okay, yeah.
and so I've seen this kind of constant, and because of the way that my mind is, which is I can get dependent on things very, very easily.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So of course I've got this need to do something naughty. I've got a feeling I know where it comes from because I was brought up as a Jehovah's Witness, where I
Oh,
was
okay.
made to be, a good person, and so the idea of naughtiness was exciting.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, it was
All
exciting. It was like,
right.
whoa. And I saw other people being naughty and having fun, and I was thinking, I'm missing out. That's the kind of feeling. It's like I'm missing out on naughtiness. Yeah. And naughtiness
Okay,
is fun, and it's
yeah.
fun. Yeah. So I would like to work on that just to be able to get to a point where I've got choice in the matter, where I don't have to, it's not necessary for me to be naughty to have fun. I can have fun not being naughty. Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, where in your body do you feel that?
The need to be naughty. Oh, it's here. It's very much in my
A heart chakra type of thing.
below the one underneath.
Solar plexus. Yeah.
Yeah, solar
Okay.
plexus. Always in the solar
Okay.
plexus. Yeah.
And does it have a size? Okay. All right. That's great. Okay. So I want you to feel into that energy, that need to be naughty. that you depend on things to be naughty all the time, that you feel that you're missing out.
Mm.
No. Now, because we haven't got a ball, what we're going to use is a pen.
Yeah.
With your pen, following it across the road, across your body,
Left to right, yeah.
left to right. Yeah. And just feel into that feeling of being really naughty. And it's like a really orby type thing, oval type thing with a point on it. And it's hot and it feels itchy or is sort of in little bits of nervousness, tension. Just feel into it. Allow your eyes to follow it. Slow your eyes right down. Slow your hands around so the body's just really focusing on the pen across the body. Feeling into that feeling in the solar plexus, all about this need to be naughty. What would happen if you are naughty?
Want me to answer that? Or just think about
Yes.
it? Yeah.
Mm.
If I were naughty, then I would get a short feeling of gratification and then I would feel shit.
When you feel into that, I get a short gratification and then I feel shit. Feel into that.
Yeah.
Allow that feeling to keep coming up to the surface, really feeling into that orb of light, that point, hot feeling, agitated type of feeling, really feeling into that.
Okay. My father was
Breathe.
a strict Jehovah's Witness, but at a weekend he would drink and get drunk and be happy. And so I learned from him that even no matter how good you are, happiness comes from being naughty, being bad, doing what you shouldn't do. And so he taught me that lesson. And I knew because he was so happy and so fun and so lovely when he was drunk. And when he wasn't drunk, he was hitting me and bashing me. And so I thought, right, that's what I need as well. That's what makes me happy as well.
I want you to feel right into that feeling, really feeling into that pressure that your father put upon you as a child. Doing really well. Breathe through this. Really
It made me
breathe.
feel what's coming to me is that I see this pattern that he did, which was, and you hit it on the head, which was hide it. It had to be hidden behavior because it was shameful, but it was fun, shameful and fun. And so all of my life, I've these excesses that I've had, I've hidden them. I haven't talked about them. I hid them, and I felt shameful about them, but I did them. And I
I
see
want
that
you to
pattern.
lean. I want you to lean into the shame, really feeling the shame.
What a shit,
What
what
else?
a shit life that was. What a
I
shit.
want you to feel into that shit life. Feel into that shit life as much as you can. Yeah, allow the tears to come up. Allow the anger to come up. Allow the hurt to come up. Really feeling into it. This is about giving it permission. Normally we push our feelings away, but this time we're acknowledging them. You're only a little child. Feel into that feeling, that shame, having to hide.
It's just so unfair. It was so unfair. It's like they're a bunch of fucking hypocrites. That's the bunch. They're all the same. Hypocrites
Yep,
and pretending to be something and then doing something completely different. And I saw that all of my youth. My father pretending to be holier than thou and then drinking like a fucking fish all weekend, drunk as a skunk. And then on Monday morning, back and hitting me and for being bad. Fucking bastards. They're all of them. They're all the fucking same. All of them.
yep. All fucking same. Really feeling into that. What else is there?
It's the hypocrisy that really pisses me off. And I tell you why. It pisses me off because they believe themselves, they pretend to be something that they're not because nobody can be what they want them to be. Nobody can match those standards, but they pretend and they lie to themselves and they lie to everybody around them. And I was thrown out and I lost the relationship with my father for the rest of my life because I wouldn't lie. because I wouldn't lie. I had to tell the truth and say, no, I'm not going to do this. I can't do this. And because of that, I was punished. And the people who stayed and who were fucking hypocrites and who just lied and continued doing the bad stuff but hiding it, they're fine. They're all together like a lovely, loving family. And I was ousted and I was shunned because of that.
You're
Bunch of
doing really
fucking
well.
bastards.
Yep. Keep going, you fucking bastards they were. And now I want you to do is out of your chair and walk a figure eight. And when you walk a figure eight, I want you to use your eyes to look down at the floor
Uh-huh.
as you're walking down. You'll do 3 circles around in the figure eight. And then what you're going to do is look at center point, which is
Hmm.
neutral. And you do 3 on that level. And then you'll do 3 looking up at the ceiling. So ideas
Yeah.
and inspiration as you walk in the figure eight.
Okay.
So, okay.
Okay.
All the time thinking about how this shameful, hidden behavior has been playing out in your life.
Okay.
Really feel into it. Okay. Okay. Walking the figure eight, looking down at the floor. We're going to run the ears.
Okay.
So cross your hands over, and then you're going to start from the tip of the top of the ear, and you'll go all the way down to the bottom, and you just keep wiggling all the parts of the ear.
Okay.
And I'm going to count to 40 softly, and you're going to rant and rage.
I'm 60 years old and it's taken me my entire life to have to deal with this thing. And I've just dealt with it again, just again, exactly the same fucking thing, which is, why am I doing this? I shouldn't be doing this. I feel shame about doing this. And then I stop. The thing is, I can stop. That's the good thing. I can stop. But it's I stopped too late. I'm already in shame and disgust with myself. And why am I doing this? This is horrible. This is awful. And I go back, if I look back through my life, it's like, how many fucking things am I going to do? If it's not smoking and it's alcohol, and if it's not alcohol, it's drugs. And if it's not drugs, it's sex. And if it's not sex, it's whatever, anything that's bad. Anything that's bad is good.
Okay. Stop, pull your ears forward,
Oh, I like that.
and release, and release. And just let it rest. Thing on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the 10 being the most painful and 1 being not much pain.
Initially, it was very strong. It was about seven to
Right.
eight there,
Yeah.
and now it's in my chest.
Yeah. That's still a
And
7 and 8.
it's
Well, you
yeah,
can ramp up.
it's come up, it's moved up. It's here. It's a different feeling completely.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
and it's I would say it's about a 7 or an 8 here. Like this is frustration here. This is
Okay.
anger, frustration. So I was brought up as a Jehovah's Witness, and part of that was that my father would beat me on a weekly basis, if not twice weekly. And I was shit scared. I was shit scared. I was shit scared of him, and I was shit scared of being hit. And the only respite from that, the only time I knew that everything was okay was when he was drunk, when he was fucking sloshed. Because I knew he was happy. He was always happy when he was drunk. He was a happy drunk. And I used to long for those moments. He would come, he would be drunk, and he would come and he would kiss us and tell us how much he loved us. And I used to think, that's what I want in my life. That's what I want. And I linked that with alcohol. And so I started drinking alcohol as early as I could. And I was happy as fucking Larry. Yeah, I was happy, 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 happy. And I went through my life drinking and drinking and drinking, but just feeling shame afterwards. Like, why do I have to drink so much? why so much. And the older I got, the more shame I felt because I know that that's what my dad used to feel, shame, because he wasn't supposed to. He wasn't supposed to get drunk. Yeah, that was the only place he could be happy. And I thought that was the only place I could be happy. The same with drugs. I take drugs and I'd be whoa happy. I only went for drugs that took me up. I never liked drugs that took me down. Didn't like marijuana, didn't like anything like that. That was ugh. No, I wanted to go up, up to be happy.
Okay, you can stop now and pull those ears forward.
It's not at a 7 now. It's about a 4.
Okay, good.
It's like a how could I describe it? Like a grey cloud,
Very
puffy
clear.
grey cloud. That's kind
Yep.
of its movement is that way out.
Just watching your eyes and very slowly, just real slowly with your eyes, looking around, really feeling that, looking up. Slow. There. What's there?
Like
Yep.
fear, being in fear a lot, an overwhelming fear of when I was so small and yeah, I was so scared.
I want you to feel into that scared feeling.
This is something I've revisited so many times.
Yep.
The actual events of when he would hit us as a family, with the three of us, so he would hit us all. But those were the most excruciating moments of my youth, the most excruciating moments of me waiting, because I was the last, me waiting for my turn to be hit, whilst I watched my sister and my brother being hit.
I want you to feel into that. Feel into that little boy having to watch his brother and his sister being hit and him waiting in line to be hit. I want you to really feel that feeling.
My father was
Right?
a cunt. My father was a cunt. He really was.
I want you to feel into that. Your father was a cunt. Really feel into that. Tell him what would you like to say to him there?
You're a cunt. You do like zero empathy, not being able to, my father is up his own arse. He's always been up his own arse. He spent his entire life talking about himself. That's all if you talk to him now, he's old now. All he does is talk about himself. He doesn't, he loves himself. And so he's never been able to think, my God, I'm hitting my children. I wonder whether they're going to be scared or traumatized. They're only small. I mean, this started when I was 6, maybe
Yeah.
earlier, 5. And he was never able to understand what he was putting us through. Years later, I talked to him about it, and he said, well, I could say sorry, but what's the point? It's done now. And I said, no, there is a point. You can say sorry. And he said it, but he didn't mean it. He
I want
didn't.
you to feel into that. He said it, but he didn't mean it. Really feel into that part.
It's coming where I don't know how to put it into words.
That's okay. You don't have to tell me. You can keep it to yourself, but as long as it keeps coming up, it's bringing up stuff that needs to be released. You're doing really well. Really well.
For him to actually be sorry, he would then have to look at himself, and I don't think he's capable of looking at himself because
Not capable of looking at himself.
no, because he's riddled with shame, and it's all Jehovah's Witnesses are riddled with shame. They are shameful because they
Yeah.
can't live up to the standards, and so I know that, but add to that he's just a self-obsessed, selfish person. It's like, oh God. And I don't care. I don't give a shit about him, to be honest.
No.
I had to break the emotional ties a long time ago when he stopped wanting to see me and he didn't speak to me for 35 years or whatever. I did all of that. So I don't give a shit about him. Just pisses me off that what he did still affects me to this fucking day. How's that?
You
What?
just keep
What?
feeling that. You keep feeling that because that little boy is still craving.
I wouldn't change anything. If I could go back, I wouldn't change anything
Mm.
because it made me the person that I am. And I understand so much about these things, about cults, about how it works, how it affects people. I understand so much. And so it's made me very, very strong. And I look, I now because my dad's very old now, he wants his family around him. And so I go to
Yeah,
see him and I just see this weak, soft, useless man. And I think, well, there you are. That's your price that you've got to pay. But I'm not weak and useless. He didn't make me weak and useless. He made me stronger. So in
feel
that in
into
that
that.
respect, I'm
Yeah,
grateful that he did what he did.
breathe, breathe, and just relax now. Just put the pen down and just totally
Oh,
relax.
this is good. I'm enjoying this. Bloody
Oh, yeah.
hell.
Okay, all right. Well, you're going to do something different now. Okay.
Okay.
What I want you to do is turn your head over to your neck as far as you can to your shoulder.
To the right or to the left, does it matter?
Doesn't matter. We'll do one side first.
Okay.
Good work. You're doing really well, Gordon. Now, how do you feel? How's that energy in the chest? Is that still really strong or is it? Oh,
No, no, it's dissipated. It's
done really well.
it's moved, it's thinned out, and
Uh,
and the solar plexus is gone. It feels, if I were going to give it a number, I would say, I don't know. It's a number that went like two, but I don't know whether it's a bad feeling. It's like just a very, like an acceptance type of feeling. Like, okay.
I want you to feel where your father's energy is. Okay, that was quick. Okay, and I want you to feel into it. I want you to sort of feel how big it is.
Oh, like that.
Mm,
Like a, yeah,
okay,
like a beach ball.
yeah. I want you to really feel the energy and then put your hand through the energy as well and feel and describe what the energy feels like.
It's it's like gold leaf pieces, tiny pieces of gold leaf all fluttering around. It was quite a nice image. It's not, that's it, all that there is just this image of gold, like sparks of gold.
Mm,
And inside,
yeah, beautiful releasement, Gordon. A beautiful releasement. Okay. Yeah. Let it go. Give yourself permission to let it all go.
the energy, the reason I was having an emotional moment is because the energy, what I realize now, it's just another little teacher. It's been a teacher. It's been there to
Yeah.
teach me a lesson, and so in the grand scheme of things, this is a lesson that I chose to learn. I chose to learn. So I need to put it with all of the other lessons that I've learned, you know,
Yeah.
where I
Okay.
store my lessons, which is
Mm-hmm.
over here
Okay. So,
behind me. Now that I've
okay.
learned the lesson, it's got to go behind me.
Wow. Feel it. Put your hand through it. You might like to describe the energy. Is it got a color?
Yeah, it's
Temp-
blue. It's like a supernova type of thing.
Okay.
Uh, and it's just light. It's just light and
Okay.
not serious and fun.
Yeah. Fun. Okay. So let's pull it in and pull it into
Yeah.
uh, wherever you want to pull it in. Good. Really feeling into that. Beautiful.
I always knew that my mom loved me.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't have any issues with my mum. My mum's fine.
So you felt the support and love from your mum.
She did what she could.
Mm.
My mum, you can imagine being married to a domineering despot. She did what she could, but she only had one coping mechanism, which was to disappear to another world.
And now slowly coming back into the room, filling that cup up, filling your cup up, filling your body up with all this unconditional love. You might see every cell of your body vibrating with this unconditional love.
Oh, Rita, I like that.
You
That
haven't finished
worked.
yet.
Oh,
Haven't
sorry.
finished yet. Okay. I'm not going to use the pen this time, but I'm going to get you to just look with your eyes down across the room.
That's fab. That's fab.
You did the work.
Sure, and it needed to be done. Boy, did it need to be done. So I'm really grateful. Thank you for facilitating that. And you know, it's kind of these jobs that we have to do, they're made up of many, many pieces, but that was an important piece that we worked with today. That was a very important piece that needed to be put into place. And it feels that way. It feels like it's been put into place. So thank you for that.
No, thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Mm.
My pleasure. I mean, you've helped me over the years, very much so. So I can see you're still processing that.
Yeah, yes, I think I've got stuff that I need to I need to process. Yeah, it's not over yet. Yeah, so yeah, I've got to process that, Rita, but thank you very much for your time. Thank you for sharing.
Okay,
And the process is called you're using is called what?
cooperative movement. It is COGNO movement, COGNO movement.
COGNO movement. Okay. Okay. Fantastic. Yeah. Very much. And for those who've watched this, I recommend it. It's very powerful. It's more powerful than you might imagine. Just watching it, you've got to experience it. Whoa. I've been through a lot of emotions there.